What's going on, everyone? Is the Derv, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to run triple strand weapons. Yes, that is possible, and this OG strand warlock is absolutely broken. Coincidentally, I am proving that the loot cave still absolutely works and the farm is still real. But if that wasn't enough, you'll be able to print orbs of power, get your super back in as little as 1 minute, have virtually unlimited unravel and green buddies all over the screen, causing your frame rates to drop. And if that wasn't even enough, then you are going to have infinite MINT retrograde ammunition. That's right, you're going to be able to use it as a primary weapon. So if you guys do find anything helpful with this video, make sure you like and subscribe, share it with the Guardian in need, and most of all, let me know in the comments how the build works for you. I'll have a Discord link and a dim link in the video description. Let's get it going. Get us started on our infinite MINT retrograde ammo build. We are, of course, going to go with the Broodweaver Warlock subclass. Needle Storm is going to be our super ability. For the abilities, I recommend the Healing Rift, the Burst Glide. Of course, Arcane Needle is our only option, and specifically for this build, we're going to be using the Threadling Grenade. Now, one of the best parts about this build, again, you're going to have 3 weapons with this build that can deal strand damage, and on top of the Threadling Grenade, you're going to be able to spawn additional Threadlings with the artifact. For aspects, first up is the Wanderer. Tangles you throw attached to targets and detonate into a suspending burst. Destroying a tangle creates a suspending burst. After a short delay, Threadling final blows create a tangle. I want as much chaos on the battlefield as humanly possible. The more chaos I generate, the more ammo I'm going to generate, and we'll get to that here when we get to the armor. Next up is going to be Weaver's Call. Now, activate your class ability to weave 3 Threadlings and deploy any Threadlings you have perched. One new thing for Weaver's Call, if you weren't already aware, dealing damage and defeating targets generates perched Threadlings. You now don't have to wait until your Threadling Grenade comes back to you because it didn't hit any enemies to generate perched Threadlings. You will generate them now just by dealing weapon damage and getting weapon kills. For fragments, first up is going to be Thread of Transmutation. While you have woven mail, weapon final blows create a tangle. I'm interested in as many tangles as humanly possible. Next up is going to be Thread of Warding. Picking up an orb of power grants woven mail. You will pretty much have infinite woven mail with this build. Next up is going to be Thread of Evolution. Threadlings travel further and deal additional damage. Now, if you scale this with your armor stats, you could get insane damage just by dealing with Threadlings alone. Next up is going to be Thread of Generation. Dealing damage generates grenade energy, which basically means because we're dealing with double special and triple strand weapon damage, we're going to be generating ridiculous amounts of grenade energy coming back to us. And again, that's dealing damage, any kind of damage whatsoever. For stat distribution, I recommend speccing into grenade, weapons, and super in that order. It is not imperative that you have your super stat at a 100. That just happens to be where mine is at. You can scale this down to a 70 and put more stats into your grenade and your weapons. Remember, the higher the weapon stat is, the more likely you are to generate a large ammo brick. At this stage, 127, which is where I'm at, I don't really have any problems generating ammo bricks, but if you want a higher weapon stat for bonus damage, I certainly wouldn't advise against that. And then secondly, with your grenade stat, the higher up on the scale you go, the more damage that your Threadlings do, and when paired with the artifact, we're going to be able to suspend, we're going to be able to stun, and I mean, it's just going to be all out, green chaotic warfare on top of having infinite ammo for our MINT retrograde. Oh, and by the way, triple strand damage weapons. Speaking of weapons, first up on the list, MINT retrograde. Now, it's important for me to tell you, in the intro video that you saw, I was rolling with Temporal Blast. I did not have any ammo generation mod attached to this. So if by chance you do find yourself still somehow running out of ammo, meaning you're not being very ammo conscious and you're just being overly reckless, which you can be plenty reckless with this build, then what you're going to have to do is scroll over here and put on the abundant ammo. Now, it's not a huge jump in ammo return rate, but it's something. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, this is going to be our main ad clear and our main champ dealing weapon. So you don't really necessarily need bait and switch, although if you want that, you certainly can do that. I'm more interested in Slice and Hatchling, so hopefully you have that on your Mint Retrograde. Next up, a weapon that doesn't get talked about very much anymore is Tessellation. This weapon adapts its damage type to match the equipped grenade. Final blows grant grenade energy. So you are able to literally generate grenade energy simply by just firing this weapon at enemies and killing it. Once you get the Catalyst unlocked, which as you can see, I've shelved this weapon for an obscenely long amount of time, targets near the blast of property, irreducible, are afflicted with burden, curse, whatever, with an elemental effect matching your equipped grenade's damage type. So with this, it's going to be, I believe it is Sever, if I'm not mistaken. Long press consume your grenade to load a large projectile shape language that generates an elemental explosion on impact. So all of these things are going to benefit you. And oh, by the way, this counts as strand damage. So when you're dealing with this weapon, if you are in the middle of battle and you're just spamming the crap out of this weapon, you will still get all the benefits of strand damage that you are looking for. Last but not least is going to be my favorite strand rocket launcher. Now this one I do have abundant ammo on. You see my ammo generation is at 49. Even if I go down to Temporal Blast, it drops it to about 37. So it's still technically better than Mint Retrograde. You're not really going to be hurting for ammo with this build. And because we're not spamming our heavy weapon, anytime we use our heavy weapon, we're pretty much going to have max ammo. If you get this thing with bipod and auto-loading holster, it is an absolute beast. So for our armor set bonus, I recommend speccing into Last Discipline. At 4 pieces, picking up an Orb of Power grants you special ammo progress. To put it in perspective, it's about 6% of your entire ammo bar. So picking up orbs, 10 orbs, 60%. Literally haven't done anything except picked up orbs. And probably in between, somewhere between there and picking up, 10 different orbs, you've probably killed some enemies which are already going to grant you special ammo progress by itself, whether that's with abilities and or weapons. So Swarmers once again makes it into one of my build videos. I love Swarmers, always love Swarmers. Any Warlock out there that loves Strand knows how great Swarmers is, and now because the changes to the grenade stat with the changes Bungie has made, Swarmers is still more potent, arguably now, than it's ever been. And with a double special weapon build that deals all strand damage, you virtually are generating tangle after tangle, threadling after threadling, and you're constantly debuffing enemies left and right while also just absolutely making huge amounts of chaos on the battlefield. So when I say infinite Mint Retrograde ammo, I truly do mean it, and Swarmers absolutely helps because of the tangles and the threadlings that they spawn. For the rest of the armor, go ahead and spec into whatever general armor mod that you prefer. In the helmet, make sure you put on Special Ammo Finder and Ashes to Assets for quick super regen. All you need here is a Harmonic Siphon because, again, we're using all strand damage. For the gauntlets, make sure you put on triple firepower so every threadling kill spawns an orb of power every 1 second. In the chest armor, go ahead and put on 1 elemental resistance mod and put on 2 harmonic ammo generation mods. Now you can drop this down to 1. You're going to go up in about 12 kills. Somewhere in there is where you're going to be the sweet spot for getting your special ammo brick to spawn. For the legs, go ahead and put on Innervation, Absolution, and 1 Harmonic Scavenger. In this case, Harmonic Scavenger will apply to all 3 weapons you have equipped, which is pretty darn nice. For the class item, make sure you put on Class Font, Reaper, and Bomber because we are going to be spamming our class ability. For the artifact, make sure you have on Anti-Barrier Scout and Pulse, and make sure you have on Overload Rapid Fire. In the second column, put on Tightly Woven and Threadling Proliferation. Tightly Woven, of course, is going to give us our class ability and grenade stat back faster. And in the third column, make sure you put on Refresh Threads with Pack Tactics. Pack Tactics will pretty much be always procced with this build, and Refresh Threads doubles down on it. In the fourth column, put on Elemental Coalescence, Elemental Daze, and Energy Acceleration because, of course, every type of damage that we deal in this build is going to be what? You got it, Strand. In the fifth column, make sure you put on Shield Crush. You get increased melee recharge rate. I don't really care, but the damage is nice. And then Elemental Overdrive is very nice as well. Now, some might ask, well, Durf, what about Tangled Web? Tangled Web doesn't really matter here because we already have an aspect that's going to suspend combatants. So there is your triple strand weapon damage build. Now this build is extremely fun, but yet niche to use. You don't have a way to deal with every single champ out there, talking about overloads. So your best bet when it comes to dealing with overloads is make sure you try to suspend them. If you can suspend them, get them whittled down as far as possible, and then finish them off with your finisher. This build is incredibly ridiculous. It's not exactly meta, okay? I'm going to put that out there right now. But given the fact that you have infinite mint retrograde ammo with this build, essentially, and again, we don't even have the abundant ammo procced on any of these weapons. You still have additional ways beyond what I've just showed you to generate mint retrograde ammo. And again, any strand ammo brick you pick up will count for all 3 weapons. Well, technically 2 of the 3 if it's special ammo. But you won't be at a shortage for heavy ammo either, because special ammo kills grant you increased heavy ammo generation. I don't know why. I'm not even sure if there's like a twab about it or whatever, but it just seems when I'm doing my testing, even though I don't have anything that has to do with any heavy ammo generation mods, the fact that I have a harmonic ammo generation mod means that I'm getting additional progress towards strand weapons in general. So even though I don't have the heavy ammo mod on my helmet, it still counts for your heavy weapon. So if you did find anything helpful in this video, please consider liking and subscribing. If you know a Guardian out there who could benefit from a triple strand weapon damage build that features infinite ammo for your mint retrograde, please share this video with them or send them my way. My goal is to help as many people as possible. As always, I will have a dim link in the video description. And if by chance you are looking for a non-toxic gaming community, I highly recommend hopping into my Discord. It is absolutely booming with activity. Both new lights and Sherpas alike have kind of come together, and people are doing events. People are, getting more things done because they have friends to play with, and that's what it is all about. So shout out to my Discord community for being so welcoming. Without the community members, it wouldn't be the community that I could offer to you guys today. So I'm going to switch over back to some more video highlights, and I will wrap this up. Infinite mint retrograde ammo is only the backbone of how ridiculous this build is. I'm truly hoping that Bungie comes out with a solar, a stasis, an arc, and a void version of this weapon so that we can further, build into this kind of style of play. Now, one of the things that also makes this kind of a meta gun, not kind of, I mean, it is a meta gun, is the fact that this season it stuns barrier champs. Now, when the next season's artifact comes out, hopefully pulse rifles will be on there to deal with some sort of champ, but if they're not, that's still going to not really rule out a reason to put mint retrograde on. It's still a ridiculously powerful weapon, perfect for damage rotations, certainly in raids and dungeons, pinnacle ops, all those things. So not having this equipped almost feels like you're doing a disservice to a lot of Guardian builds out there, whether you're a hunter or warlock like me or a Titan. Mint retrograde fits so many different styles of play. It's just such a nice welcome to the grind, especially if you're still on that power grind like I am. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the build in the comments. Let me know how you are changing it up to fit your specific Guardian needs. And of course, let me know how the infinite ammo is going in your favorite activities. Hopefully you guys like the build video. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for all your support. Make sure you like and subscribe if this video helped you at all. Share it with a Guardian need, and make sure to check out the dim link and the Discord. I will see you guys next time. Take care.